The spring election is now less than 24 hours away, and there are dozens of local races.
News 8 Now's Dua Israr joins us in the studio with what you need to know before heading to the polls. Dua?
Amy and Mike, Election Day is a day where people can vote to have their voices heard. But in order to vote, you'll need to remember to do some research and bring some key documents to your polling place. Local elections can have a large impact on our day-to-day lives. La-Crosse County election officials are reminding people how to be prepared for the polls so their votes can count.
Sometimes these local elections, these smaller ones, are more important than when we get to the big federal elections.
People can head to myvote.wisconsin.gov to check their voter registration status and learn about the candidates in their districts.
So if you have multiple candidates running for one spot, you can maybe do some quick research on those candidates so you know who you're voting for and why you're voting for them.
Find what your polling place is based on your address and bring a photo ID to vote. Wisconsin driver's license, state ID, U.S. passport, military or veterans IDs, tribal IDs, a certificate of naturalization, or some student IDs are all acceptable. People who don't have a valid photo ID can apply for one at the DMV, even on Election Day. But you'll need your birth certificate, proof of residency, and social security number.
You will walk out the door with a receipt. That's good for voting, and you can take that to the polls.
People can also apply for an ID online and make an appointment with the DMV.
Kind of the ultimate fast pass at the DMV. We'll take your documents, make sure that they're all in, and then you can walk out very quickly with the receipt. That's good for voting.
An expired ID is valid as long as it's after
November 3rd, 2020, the last presidential election. As long as it has expired since that date, it's still valid for voting.
And remember that voting is an opportunity for change.
If you're not happy with what's going on in your community, this is your chance to go vote.
Polling places open at 7 a.m. and people must be in line by 8 p.m. in order to cast their ballots. For people who are unable to provide identification, they can bring the documents they do have to the DMV so they may be able to cast a provisional ballot.
All right, thank you, Dua. Also remember, absentee drop boxes are not available this election, so you do need to drop off your mail ballot tomorrow at your polling place.
The La Crosse County Clerk expects a 25 to 26% voter turnout because of some highly contested school board races.